Hi, I'm Chris Abbott. Today I'd like to share a concept with you today that could quite possibly be the most important concept towards your personal and professional growth and development. A little background about myself. I am a business and life achievement coach certified with the Proctor Gallagher Institute, and I've trained personally with Bob Proctor and Sandy Gallagher in their Thinking into Results program. The concept I'm about to share with you today, I've applied to literally every area of my personal and professional life, and I've enjoyed tremendous results and success with it. And I have no doubt that this concept can and will also change your life once understood as well. So picture for me, if you will, your car. I want to play a little game here with you. So picture your car, and I want you to just look at the color of it. Is it a 2-door? Is it a 4-door? Are there any dents in it? What kind of rims do you have on your car? What's the shape of your car like? Now I want you to get in your car, and I want you to picture your steering wheel and your instrument panel and your dashboard. I want you to look and feel the leather seats. Pretty clear picture in your mind, I bet, right? Now I want to change it up on you a touch, and I want you to picture, if you will, your mind. It's a little more difficult to conceptualize, but odds are, and I bet, you pictured your brain. Well, here's the thing, your brain is no more your mind than your foot or your hand is. And it's this idea that's paramount, because we do think in pictures in our minds. In 1934 in Texas, in San Antonio, there was a doctor by the name of Thurman Fleet, and he was a wellness and health practitioner as well as a chiropractor. And he discovered he had a hard time changing the thought patterns, habits, and beliefs of his clients because conceptually they couldn't picture their mind. So it was very difficult for them to understand it and to understand how it works. So we all know the mind is the secret to success. So Dr. Thurman Fleet actually came up with an idea. Because we had no concrete picture, we weren't able to make that change. So he created a diagram called the stick person. So that's something I want to share with you today. And it's a part of this concept that'll help you break through and better understand your mind. Basically what we're going to do is go through some slides in a demonstration. And together we'll identify what the stick person is. Now it can change your life. And you might think it's kind of silly at first, but you need to study the information because it is breakthrough information, and it's most important to understand the behavior and results you have. So let's dig into this a little bit and get started.
So I want to start by looking at the mind and what we call paradigms, which is a subconscious pattern of repeated thoughts, habits, and behaviors. Stick with me as I go through these slides. It does get a little bit tricky, but if you take the time to digest the material, it should become clear to you towards the end. Let me give you an example of how our paradigms work. You very likely remember when you were a child and your parents would ask you, "Why did you do that?" You'd reply, "I don't know." "What do you mean you don't know? You know better." "I know." "Well, why'd you do it?" "I don't know." That kind of conversation could and probably does leave us with the idea that because we know how to do better, we should do it. And that, of course, is not true. The conscious mind is the part of our personality that gathers information. It's the knowing part. However, it's the subconscious mind that causes the actual actions, the doing part. And the paradigm, which is the programming in the subconscious, is what controls the habitual behaviors. So what you know how to do is not always in sync with the part of your mind that is in control of what you do habitually. Now let's take a closer look at how all of this works. This concept of the stick person was created in 1934 by Dr. Thurman Fleet, who I previously mentioned, and like I said, was involved in the healing arts and holistic health. What he stated was, the mind is an activity, not a thing. No one has ever seen the mind. In order to gain clarity and eliminate confusion, I will create an image we can work with. Fleet's diagram is what is known as the stick person, and we can see there are two circles, the top circle, which is larger, and the bottom circle, which is a little bit smaller. What we're going to do is let the top circle represent the mind, and the top half of the top circle is our conscious mind, which is the thinking mind, and the bottom half of the top circle is the subconscious mind, or the emotional mind. The little circle represents the body, and Fleet did this on purpose. We have the mind is larger than the body. Now we know there is a flaw in this, as your body also contains your mind because it is a singular connected movement. But for the sake of clarity, we'll leave the body separate. Now Bob Proctor has said this is the most important diagram or image that he has ever worked with. So let's take a closer look at this to see how it applies to you. Now that I've introduced you to the concept of what a paradigm is and the stick person diagram, I want to walk you through what will seem like a little bit of a complex diagram, but it's going to hopefully shed light on how all of this ties in and works together. So I'm going to do that by using an example of school. When we went to school, we were given a lot of knowledge and information, and that was all in our conscious mind, which was considered as king in school. So that was the part of the mind that was developed over and over again. Now, the problem was that school never taught us how to alter our old and existing paradigms or our subconscious patterns of behavior. And therefore, we got all this info put into our conscious mind, but it never changed what was going on in our subconscious mind. And until we change our subconscious mind, we are never going to be able to change our results. So therefore, you can actually end up having superior knowledge and still not get the results you're looking for. They're actually inferior, and that will lead to nothing more than confusion and frustration. And it'll leave you wondering, why am I not able to apply my knowledge and produce the results that I desire? So let's take a closer look at how this works. Now, in this diagram, I want you to think of little antennae on the conscious mind. And these are actually our five sensory factors. And when we're in school taking in all of this information, we're taught how to harness these five senses. We're taught physics, math, economics, English, and all of those work to put information into your conscious mind and develop the five senses. The problem is that it doesn't necessarily lead to results, because where results come from is the paradigm in our subconscious mind. And so long as we continue to focus on these five senses, we're never going to be able to change results in our life. What we need to do is tap into our intellectual faculties, and those are our will, our intellect, perception, reason, intuition, and our memory. And we'll discuss that further, but this is actually what's the core of the program Thinking into Results and what it's all about. It's about changing your paradigm by changing your subconscious thoughts and beliefs, which is going to lead you to new and profound results. Now, if we want to change our results, what we have to do is change our paradigm. When you get a new paradigm, you get new results. It's as simple as that. This is difficult to do, but you can do it. So for now, just be aware that as long as you continue to focus on your body and the activities you have, or you continue to focus on your conscious mind, you're never going to get lasting change because you don't get to the root cause of the results. So the key takeaway here is to change your paradigm or your blueprint, and you will change your results. Think of this as a software upgrade for your current operating system to produce new results. In summary, we've learned more about the mind by using Fleet's stick person diagram. To take everything we've talked about and boil it down to its simplest terms, I've created this basic slide. As I've said, we use our conscious mind to basically do our thinking. But it's our subconscious mind I want to focus on, because that's what controls the behaviors, or our emotions, and ultimately our paradigm, which is a bundle of thoughts, habits, and behaviors that put us in a state of being on autopilot and produce the results that we see all around us in our life. It's this level of awareness, or lack of awareness to be more precise, that creates confusion and frustration we experience in our life. Why do we do what we do despite what we have learned? And on a conscious level, know how to do. Think of your subconscious mind as a computer program that controls your behavior and your thinking, and once understood, you can rewire it to produce the results that you are looking to achieve. This is no different than the system upgrade that I mentioned previously, and once unleashed, will begin to produce outstanding changes in your life.
So we've taken in a lot of information in this brief time, and after seeing the slide presentation, you might be thinking, well, that was different, but that's probably your existing paradigm kicking in and shutting you off to new ways of looking at things. And it's really important to understand that your subconscious mind has been conditioned through your external factors such as parents, teachers, friends, the environment you're in, as well as genetically. So those traits are what produce the results you're seeing in your life. And if you really want to get to the core of the matter and change and actually implement what you know and translate that into better results in your life, then this program is for you. Thinking into Results is all about understanding why we do what we do and changing those paradigms so that you can, stop those challenges in your life, whether it's pursuing a new job or changing that relationship that's not working, or just letting it go altogether, or pursuing that opportunity that's too fearful for you because of fear of failure. There's a whole host of things and reasons why you're not doing what you might want to be doing, and it could come down to your programming. So sometimes you don't need to be sick to get better, and the Thinking into Results program is all about making you the very best you can be. If you're curious or interested and you do want to learn more, you can reach out to me anytime. I'm happy to chat with you about it and offer a complimentary session, and I can introduce you to the Thinking into Results program. And it's actually Bob Proctor who does the teaching, and I facilitate it through being a product of the product. So thanks for watching, and again, if you have any questions, you're free to reach out to me either by phoning or email, and I look forward to talking to you soon.